I think you should create a version of yourself that you love and appreciate so much that is you completely. And then after that, a rebrand won't be necessary. I don't know if I'll post this, but if I do, hi everyone. Welcome to my video. My name is Elsa. One day I told my best friend that I was going to start a YouTube channel, and so I did. And this is my first video. I've made videos before, but I've never posted them. When you post on TikTok, it's very centralized that so many people can find it. And then when you post on Instagram, there's this sense of maturity and seriousness that isn't fun anymore. And YouTube channel, it's more fun, it's more playful and more creative. Today I'm just going to be getting ready and talking. I don't have any other ideas about what I could do, and I have plenty of ideas of things I can talk about. Another reason that I wanted to start a YouTube channel is because I'm a person who cannot synthesize their ideas very well. I have synthesized thoughts, but it's really hard for me to translate them from my brain to a comprehensible language I can pronounce, if that makes sense. I'm just putting Vaseline on my face, by the way, because it's really dry. Easier for me when I was younger because I wasn't thinking about how I was being perceived as much. I'm using the Merit Great Skin. I got this for Christmas and it's really, really, really good. I think that when I was younger, it was easier for me to speak, specifically in class. I wasn't being consumed with the idea that I was being perceived by other people and the connotation of how they were perceiving me. Just something that I was unconscious of, that I could talk and it wouldn't come across as embarrassing or too much, or there was even a rating of how I was speaking at all. Just thinking about my idea, I had to think about how it would come off when I expressed this idea, how other people would take it, I guess. To say glowy gel, which I also really like. I dried my hair differently than normal, so it's kind of gross looking, but okay, anyway. Okay, back on track. Recently, I guess, felt kind of esoteric. Ew, I don't know. That sounds weird. So I think because of that, I've had this feeling that I was esoteric because of the complexity of my ideas. I was really quiet because I couldn't, get them across. Oh, I'm using the Rare Beauty under eye brightener. But, in the definition of esoteric, there, is a small group that is intended to understand those ideas. And so I guess the point of that was that someone else maybe could relate to the things that I had to say, or could feel similar. If you're anything like me, my entire feed of social media is about the concept of a rebrand. I've seen countless videos about rebranding yourself for the new year and how to rebrand yourself, those things. And a thought that I had was that I think that people need to stop putting their effort into rebranding and start putting their effort into branding. Because I think that with the amount of media we as people on social medias consume, it's very easy to get lost in it, and it's very difficult to form a sense of self due to the pressure, your sense of self, when the weight of others is compressing that. When you're rebranding, and all the videos that I've seen of rebranding, it's utterly copyright. The thing that you're doing is you're just taking ideas from other people, and I don't think that's necessarily a bad thing at all. I take ideas from people all the time. And also, I agree heavily with the quote, I'm a mosaic of everything that I've ever loved. Because I am, is who I am, or a part of me is who I surround myself with. But I would also say a large part of me is me, an organic me of organic ideas that I've had, and organic practices and morals that are mine and solely mine. Content because of that. That brings me a lot of happiness, knowing that that's something that I own and that I withhold. Sometimes feel like an imposter because of this kind of concept of, I've seen a lot of people talk about the concept of the cool girl, and that is what, rebranding, I think a lot of people are aiming for. Cool, or that sounds so lame. your rebrand is doing things that you didn't do before to be better in some way. What I've seen kind of relates to that concept of a cool girl, like, you know, changing the way that you dress or the way that you act or the way that you speak. Not because you necessarily want to. I mean you do, but not necessarily because it personally benefits you, but it will be perceived as more of a cool girl by other people. And I'm using this example of cool girl syndrome and the cool girl concept just because I've seen a lot of it, and it's something that I fall to a lot. What it is not cool at all. It's just conformity. If that makes sense. Out of all of that, I think that just used was the spare morals one that I stole from my mom. Back to my main idea that people need to stop rebranding and start branding is that I think that something that people could try that might make them happier is harvesting organic traits and characteristics and qualities, harvesting organic ways of speaking and dressing and acting that are true to yourself, creating a persona that is yours instead of a mosaic of these carbon copies of people that you're consuming on social media. Would be good. I think you should create a version of yourself that you love and appreciate so much that is you completely. And then after that, a rebrand won't be necessary. You only have to rebrand because the version of yourself that you're in right now correlates to the trend cycle that is occurring at that moment. And the rebrand isn't a rebrand at all, but it's just the next part of the cycle. And it's the same thing with the videos that are like 12 things that I find chic and 12 my fashion predictions for the new year, but it's not authentic because it's influenced so heavily by what's cool on the media right now. What's cool in the media right now. I don't know. If you take a step back from the rebrand propaganda and you instead effort into finding things that make you happy and little actions that you can repeat that are sustainable for your current state of life and your schedule that you find amazing, and that you incorporate things that you find are cool and awesome into your life instead of, incorporating things that other people will find cool. You will be so much happier. I don't know. I'm done with my makeup. I could put on lip gloss, actually. Oh, I also used this mascara. Okay. That's my face. And those are my thoughts. So, yeah, it could be so lame, and that's okay. Thank you so much for watching if you're still. Bye.